Hello.
Oh, hello, Ben.
Yes, it's new game time. We're playing this. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Reshef of Destruction. Or Reshef of Destruction. I've already got a game here that I've completed, but we're going to start a new one.
I should hope so.
And
You
my
wouldn't have much.
name...
Oh, hang on. Is it? Would it be quicker if we do it when you've already finished?
No. Yeah. Yes, we're playing through this. Now, I've got quite a lot of preamble for this. You're going to bear with me. Do you remember
Okay.
we played the Sacred Cards some time ago? It was the one that
Forever.
took less than 3 videos, and we got to the third one. It took like 20 minutes to beat the last 3 duels, and I thought it was going
Yes,
to take longer.
I recall.
Yes.
I recall.
Well, you might remember that was incredibly easy once I, having since learned what I was fucking doing after struggling a bit as a kid. Um, well, I wasn't the only one who thought that way because a lot of people thought it was too easy, and Konami said, "Right, you want it hard, do you? Well, we'll give it to you hard." And they made this. Now this is the sequel, and it's a bloody difficult game to the point of being fucking horrible to play
Oh,
for reasons we're going to get into in a little while longer. The gist is there's another tournament on a train, and we're getting ready for it.
tournament on a train.
Yes. No, I'll have to. It takes a little bit of time. I might as well tell you now. So, do you remember what the mechanic was for Sacred Cards? You don't.
No.
Okay. So, the gist is you have. So every card has a number assigned to it, right?
Yep.
And you cannot use it unless you are that level of a duelist. And also deck capacity. You have a certain amount of deck capacity, and you can't exceed it. So you need
Okay.
to be of that level, and you need to have enough that much room in your deck to use a card. Now, Sacred Cards was pretty generous with it because it
Hmm.
gave you like 10 or 20 or 30 dual capacity and a load of money, and it was not difficult at all to get cards. Well, in Reshef, they've really cut that down, so you'll get one deck capacity for every duel you fight a lot of the time. Unless you fight
Hmm.
them for the first time, where you'll get three.
Oh boy.
Also, you don't get that much money at all, so it's really, really bloody difficult.
Hmm.
Um, Bit of story. Tournament turns out some sort of demon god is coming back, and we have to get the god cards and also the Millennium items. I actually really like the story in this game. It's just a shame it's so fucking hard. I hated it as a kid. I got a little bit of the way through and then gave up. Um, anyway, it's not the only reason why this game is fucking annoying. Um, it's easier if I show you. Um, I'll show you in a little while. Sorry, we do. I just want to get through this. Uh, all right, come on, Ashizu, spit your stuff out. Yeah, we'll sort it. Don't worry, love. Okay, so these two fucking numbskulls are going to be following us all the time. And
Yeah.
let's just duel this guy and show. Okay, so remember the ante thing, right? We uh,
No, but just it's fine.
we bet a card and then we get a card if we win. See that? You see what the cursor is doing? We're zooming around
Yeah.
the screen. It's going to do that every time we do a thing. And what that's doing is it's scanning for card effects. There's very few card effects that are going to set this off, but it's going to do that all the fucking time.
Oh, that's annoying.
Now, I fucking hate that, and I hate the fact that uh, your deck capacity is so limited. So we're going to do something a little different. I say a little different. We have done it before. We're going to cheat. Now,
Oh, okay.
that's how I played through a bit of. What did I cheat before with?
Can't remember.
Crystal Clear. I cheated a lot with. Uh, but I think cheats are fine if they improve the game. There is a
Crystal
ROM.
Clear broke on us, though, didn't it?
Yeah,
So
there is a ROM hack for this that makes it more tolerable. But I'm not going to download that. I'm going to do it with this. And what we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves unlimited deck capacity, um, and unlimited money, and we're going to get rid of the cursor effect. We're not going to change anything more than that. So
We're
essentially,
just going to give ourselves a lot of stuff that is
yes,
game breaking and get rid of an annoying.
it's not game breaking because my last save file I played through this, that was fun and enjoyable and did present a bit of a challenge every now and then, especially towards the end. And you have to remember, there's only so many cards available. So while we'll get a clear advantage, it won't be, ridiculously easy, but it will be fun. At least for me. You won't understand any of it. But hey, bloody ho! So once we finish this duel,
someone's going to get decked.
once we finish this, I'm gonna put the cheats in, and we're gonna be fine.
Okay.
Yes. You might have to just bear with 1 second. Actually, I don't know whether those cheats will still be in place because I couldn't see. Look, watch this. 3 whole dead capacity, 62 dominant. I played a lot of Sacred Cards recently. You were getting like tens of thousands. Oh, they fucking threw money at in that thing.
What inflation was such a big deal back then?
Yeah, see, I'm not fucking doing this, so time to cheat. Tee-hee. Right, first things first. Tools, cheat. That's that dealt with, hopefully. Unlimited money, yes please. You might think this is a bit cheap. Promise you, it ain't.
Well, you're the expert.
You sound bored already.
Well, I just, I am a little, but it's fine. I've not had an awful lot I could do during all this, have I, so far?
Well, no, sorry. I just have to get through the
Got a lot of
preamble.
exposition, so.
Yes. But,
much like the recent Doctor Who episodes, some of it was catered to new people rather than.
look at that. 65, that'll do us, won't it? Look at all that money.
Yes.
Yes, and hopefully when we...
Is that for 16-bit thing? That number? Or is it the 8-bit number?
I don't know. Oh, look at that. It's gone. Okay. Lovely stuff. So, yes. And we're still recording. Yeah, we're going to be fine. So, yeah. So sit back and enjoy. Oh, one issue with the scanny thing is when you use like an effect. If I attacked and he had a trap card, it wouldn't tell us what it was. It would just do its effect, which is a little annoying. But I'm fine with it. So, it's a worthwhile exchange. So, yes, enough of that. What's the deal with you then, eh?
What deal?
I don't know. Do you want to do a topic?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Do you know what turned 20 years old this week?
It's not your son because he's only 13.
He's only 9.
Is he? Oh God, he's getting older. Well, what happened in 2004? I don't know. What?
Well, Facebook turned 20, but also Eurovision, not Eurovision, Strictly turned 20 this year.
That's right, yes.
Strictly is 20 years old now. Do you ever watch Strictly? Is it a thing that you enjoy?
I've seen it. It's popped up. Remember when Bruce Forsyth used to host it? His career was dead before that, you know.
Was it really?
Yeah, he went on Have I Got News for You, and it revitalised his career, and that's how he got the Strictly gig. So yeah, let's go shopping.
No, I'm not as Strictly. I think the premise bores me.
I'm not really interested. Hello, give me some good stuff.
The fact that it's gone on for 20 years is somewhat impressive in itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be very easy for people to be bored now. There were, of course, some Strictly cameos in the Doctor Who episode as well. During the dance number, Johannes and Shirley, I believe they were. We're dancing.
So this isn't a very good
Of course, that's
selection at
what
this
we're going
point,
to do.
is it? Oh well.
I wouldn't know.
Well, let's trim the fat a little. Shall we?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, yeah, 20 years of Strictly. God, it's still alright, isn't it? It's still very popular.
Yeah, and it is. I
Dump
don't
a
know why,
load
but
of
yeah.
old weak monsters. I'm gonna get rid of that, might as well. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I'd never go on a show like that. That's for sure.
popular with nans. Minute, Strictly, really. Popular with nans, that's my main takeaway from this.
Mm.
No. Yeah.
People do give a shit about dancing.
No, I don't. Oh, you come here.
Bum, bum, bum. It's Ben's turn.
Yeah. Oh, fuck you. Yeah, the oh, another thing. Your life points. You may notice I don't have 8,000 life points. If you
Correct.
they don't refresh every duel. You have to go back home and refresh them manually yourself. There. If you save the
Oh,
game to refresh, it's so fucking annoying. Oh fuck you. I hate this type matchup shit. Yeah. Do you want one of my topics?
yeah, go on.
You know the girl in the start of Jaws, the famous first victim of the
No,
shark, Jaws.
but go on.
Well, she died recently.
Wasn't a shark attack, was it?
No, she was 77.
Oh,
It's a good old life, and you know, in one of the most famous films of all time, wasn't she?
another Spielberg,
Yeah, yeah,
who obviously came up in our previous video. If you were
yeah,
watching it, viewer, which you weren't, but you
yeah.
should go and watch it because it's a good and.
Well, speaking of Spielberg,
Mm.
I this is the topic I didn't write down. Yeah. I recently listened to last podcast on the left's series on Ron Hubbard and David Miscavige, leaders of
Oh yeah.
Scientology.
Mm.
And Spielberg apparently came up in that because Tom Cruise tried to recruit him for Scientology.
Hmm.
Scientology has like less than like very few members. I mean, they said it was like in less than 10,000 members worldwide. It's probably a bit more than that, but they've got very few members. They've just got a handful of very rich ones who are like donating uh, billions to them, and they've got a huge property portfolio as well. It was very interesting. I like last podcasts on the left stuff, and yeah, I liked that series. I thought it was very good. So yeah, you should watch or listen to it, but you won't.
No, I probably won't.
No. No. So you complain about me not watching your stuff, but I can hear you clicking and
I
typing.
got messaged. I mean, there's not a lot for me to follow. You're doing too quick for me to actually follow anything.
Fair enough.
As we've talked previously.
Well, I think you can pick up on a bit of it.
One of my customers that I now engage with through Discord is like, well, Discord's playing up for me. It's like, yeah, but I've not done anything. It's Discord. It's like, what the fuck do you want me to do? You've been able to message me. Clearly, I've not blocked you. Your server's still there, so clearly I've not kicked you. So what the fuck do you want from me? Discord's a twat sometimes. It does. I don't put it in there.
You first.
Would you like my connections room?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Strawberry jam,
Yeah.
vaudeville, and the George Cross.
I know what this is already.
Go on then, what is it?
These are things mentioned in the song Village Green Preservation Society.
Who is it by?
Not the Kinks. Is it? I don't know.
It is the Kinks, yeah. They
The
are specifically
Village
things that
Green
they think
Preservation Society.
they want to be saved. They want things saved.
God bless Tudor houses, antique tables, and virginity. Yeah.
God save Tudor houses, antique tables, and billiards. It's fine.
Oh,
They
sorry.
want the virginity is on the list. But it's just that particular line doesn't have. How many of these do you think you can name, Ben?
If you give me clues, I probably would, but I know there's
Okay,
like a fictional character in there.
Yeah, famous fictional character who has a genuine military record. Sometimes unintelligible, particularly whilst they're angry.
The Incredible Hulk.
Related to a very wealthy fictional character of the same species, who lives in a place which is mentioned in the theme song for the TV show he's in. Has 3 nephews with rhyming names.
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes. Obviously, we did vaudeville, and I don't know how to possibly explain variety. But that's the rest of that line.
Well, variety theatre. That's what it. Variety entertainment, variety acts. That's what that is.
So I said strawberry jam, didn't I?
Yeah.
They also, well, any other kind of jam would be acceptable because they say God save strawberry jam and all the different varieties. Okay, so I need to Google who this is. See if you can get this. Well, so I can actually help. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a.
Fuck.
Yes. Character played by Dorothy Summers in It's That Man Again.
No.
Okay. If she was married to a cleaning device used for something in a floor, typically tile or lino.
What? A mop?
Yeah, Mrs. Mops.
Oh. Who was Mrs. Mop? She was a cleaner, was she? Or...
Well, I mean, I don't know for sure, but there was a Mrs. Mop, a character played by Dorothy Summers in an all-time radio series.
That's literally no reason. It's so weak.
So I'm assuming it's that one. Who else is this? Okay, another fictional character. Oh, I can't be asked to do that one. Mother Riley is on there. The George Cross and all those who are. Okay, 3 different villains. One of them associated with Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Moriarty. There's a lot of type variety in this, which makes it very difficult to because of the alignment chart. The super effective stuff, the weaknesses. It makes it difficult to sort of breeze through things because there's always something that somebody will throw out that fuck you. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
The adversary of Van Helsing.
Oh, Dracula.
And an individual of, one has to assume,
Fu
Asian
Manchu.
origin. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. A Tesco Express would classify as this.
Supermarkets.
Pardon?
Supermarket.
No, it's specifically the Express rather than Tesco as a whole.
Petrol stations.
No. Your corner shop, your local corner shop would probably classify as one of these.
Convenience store. I don't know.
Think about the size.
Tiny shops, small shops.
Little shops.
Yeah.
Yeah. if you were to have a fancy tea, it might be in what? What might you actually drink it from?
A teapot.
You wouldn't drink it from a teapot.
A teacup.
Think less tea and think more country.
I don't know. I don't know.
What country do you associate Fu Manchu with?
China. Fancy China.
China Cup. And you mentioned virginity earlier. You also mentioned Tudor houses, tables, billiards. And that is all of them actually that they want saving. Not as many things as I thought. You got it very quickly. I'm very impressed with you.
Thank you. I like that song.
It's a good song, isn't it? It came on the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder." Not quite as quick as that, but still reasonably quick connections found out of it. Turns out, yes, I can.
Well, I'm sorry you don't have much interest in this game, but you know, it's fine. I mean, you can follow most of it. You can see I'm winning, which is something.
That is what matters.
You see, I can hear you typing very noisily.
Wasn't that noisy?
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? You just have that super hearing on.
It's just a bit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any more complaints that I'm not watching your stuff.
Well, no, but again, most stuff tends to be quite easy to follow.
Well, put some bloody effort in.
Well, I do put some effort in, but you whiz around too quick.
All right, I'll
what
go.
Are you defending? What's getting attacked? Why are the cards sideways? I don't understand the.
That's in defense position. Do you want me to explain the rules of this?
Not really, but if you want me to pay attention, you're gonna have.
Okay.
I warned you in advance, and you were like, "Yeah, that's fine." When you said to me, "I'm going to be doing Yu-Gi-Oh again," I said to you, "Look, I'm not going to be able to follow it, so I can't promise I'll pay attention." And you said, "That's fine, I understand." So you don't get to bitch about it now.
I know, but I don't think it'd be this fucking egregious this early on.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I was reading things, bloody thing for list a minute ago. So you got to cut me some slack for that. You can't be too pissy about that because I was doing the connections with it.
We've put some stuff in defense position. So when they attack, our defense is higher than their attack. They lose life points.
So you're murdering them.
Essentially, yeah.
How many life points have you got left? Is it still 9,000?
No, it's less than that. I've got 6,250.
Does that mean that you're going to head back to?
Well, I'm going to after this one. So that was a spell card that gets rid of one of his monsters. So now I don't have to deal with that, and I can attack him directly and whittle him away. This is not how the game is played in actuality. So I'm going to put this in defense because its defense is high enough, and what that will do is hopefully he'll put something that will attack into that, and he'll lose life points, and then that's an attack position. And when I attack something that's in attack position with something that's got a higher attack, the difference is subtracted from his life points.
Okay.
And the AI in this game is pretty stupid. It will always attack. Essentially, if it sees the opportunity, it will always attack, or it will always do damage. This thing had an effect. For some reason in this game, you can only activate the effect on the first turn. It's not how it goes in real life. We're whittling away.
Real life being where people murder each other for a card game, right?
Yes, we're gonna save the world with children's trading cards. There's a demon monster thing.
Extreme poker.
Would you like a topic?
Yeah, go on then.
I've got 3 left. Apparently, I missed that one. That one at the top. I'll do the one at the top first. So a family in America, who kept a wide variety of animals, returned home to find a pretty distressing scene recently.
Had one of them been eaten by another one?
No, worse. They found a gentleman in the garden slaughtering them.
Oh my god.
And when they asked him what the fuck he was doing, he said he was the mobile butcher they had hired. He had gotten the wrong
Oh,
address. And
oh Jesus.
he was, I think he was driving around, the address was somewhere near. He saw pigs in the garden and thought, oh, this must be the place. It was not the place. Those pigs were pets. Pegs? Pigs. Those pigs were pets.
Yes.
Not pegs were pits. Apparently the children were traumatized.
Well, you would be, wouldn't you?
So of course, this has led to the family making calls for something to be done.
Bloody mobile butchers.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine that being very nice. I mean, they were cherished family pets. Not nice at all. Very sad.
What's the most exotic pet you would like to have?
That depends. Am I able to care for this pet, or is this?
You have to assume that you are capable of caring for it. So as part of the arrangement,
I will be given everything I need to look after this thing. Will it attack me?
yeah.
Can I guarantee that it won't attack me and that it
If
won't
you
attack?
were to if you were to actively mistreat this animal, it would attack you.
Okay.
If you were like you've been
Accidentally
given the means,
mistreat it or maliciously mistreat it?
you have been given the means to look after it. You still have to look after it. So if you don't do a good job, then it may decide it wants to attack you.
That's scary though.
Well, I mean, you got to look after the damn animal. You don't get the animal unless you want to look after it.
I know, but I don't want to be like, oh, I haven't, cleaned its cage out adequately, or it's getting a bit antsy, or it's, I need to. If it's something, I was going to say bear, because they're cuddly, but there's probably a lot of stuff that goes along with that, and that thing will rip my fucking face off.
Only if it catches you.
Maybe something simple like a chimp. No, I'm kidding. They terrify the shit out of me.
I've been trying to train my cat to sleep in a cat bed, and that's going really well.
Is it really?
Nope, sarcasm.
Oh.
The closest I got was when I laid one of my t-shirts, over the top of the cat bed. It laid in it. It doesn't like the material of the bed itself, so it won't lay in it. So that's a bit depressing because it cost me like 20 quid that bed. He prefers to curl up next to me instead.
Well, there you go.
Even when I put the bed there, he'll just sleep on the other side of me.
Is his name Josiah?
Elijah.
I'm not saying it well, sort of similar.
So, supposing that it won't ever attack, you'd go with a bed.
If there was a guarantee that it would never attack me, and that people would react like it's a curio and not be, terrified or try to take it away from me or kill it, it wouldn't cause like distress. I would have a bear or maybe some sort of dinosaur.
Yeah, you see, I was leaning towards some sort of dinosaur because it doesn't get much more exotic than that, does it?
No.
But no, I don't really know what animal I'd go. Werewolf.
Ugh. Werewolves scare me.
What? It's only a werewolf for between 1 and 3 nights a year, right?
Yeah, then you're just keeping a slave, aren't you?
Well, I've got a buddy.
He
lives with me, and
is your pet?
Once a month is my pet.
That's not a rare card. You lied to me.
We had a werewolf episode of Buffy recently.
Ugh,
I watched a werewolf episode of Buffy recently, with Seth Green playing the werewolf. Spoiler alert for anyone who didn't know that thing from the show from over 25 years ago. And
this little girl and her teddy bear want to take down the billionaire.
Of course they do.
You should root for her.
And there was also a thing about whether you can uninvite a vampire into your... Which is obviously a topic I've mentioned previously, and my curiosity regarding the rules surrounding it. And the Buffy rules are it is a permanent thing unless you do a specific ritual. Not a complicated ritual, but you still got to do.
What was your point on that?
Well, my question was regarding who can give permission.
It's going to be the high. Well, it can be anybody, I think.
Well, I don't think they specifically touched on details there, but yeah, they were playing around with that a little bit. Actually, someone died because of it, because they hadn't done the ritual.
Well, my attitude to that is that you can pick and choose your own canon.
Yeah, no,
because they're so fucking old. You know, I don't see much in the whole can't cross running water thing, so I don't really consider that when I'm thinking about vampires. Similarly, I've said this before, an American Werewolf in London, part of the whole deal is that he's haunted by the ghosts of the people he's killed, one in wolf form, and I have to say I do like that. This is the first difficult fight, so we'll have to see what we can do with this.
It's interesting to have that sort of subconscious conscience, isn't it?
Well, I just think it adds to the whole curse element of it. Okay, I think.
Well, that's the deal with Angel in the Buffy series. It's that he is a vampire, right? But he has been cursed to have a soul, rather than being one of these soulless creatures.
This is not good. See, I told you this using cheats wouldn't necessarily mean it's a free for all.
You got screwed by the draw, didn't you?
That's part of it, sure, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna. Yeah, this isn't gonna do much. There, haha! I killed one of your things. Fuck.
You did.
Well, I was dead anyway. In fairness. Okay, let's see what Grandpa Joe is packing.
This city looks an awful lot like the one last time. It is the same place.
It's the same place. Yeah. Right. Time to buy some fucking stock. Taking that. I'm taking this. I'm taking that. I'm definitely taking this. Let's see. See, that's divine. Do you remember what that means?
I do not.
In the alignment thing, that has no weakness, so we're taking that. Taking this. What does this do? Okay. Taking that, taking that, taking that, taking that. What traps you got for me, old man? Fuck all. Okay, fine. Right, we'll ditch that for a start. Right.
I started a new audiobook.
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
What is it?
Well, all I was going to say is it's just very, very satisfying to be able to actually fucking do something in this game. You know, whereas I was so frustrated playing this as a kid, and I actually did quite well knowing what I was like, you know, just playing games as a kid, which wasn't great. You know, but I remember vaguely which point I got to, so I'll have to point it out when we get to it.
Funny, actually, because I recently started playing Final Fantasy VII, the original version of it, but on a PC rather than on the PlayStation 1, because I don't have a PlayStation 1 anymore. And yeah, it's a lot. Getting to the point where I got to was a lot quicker now than it used to be. But I remember it being back in the day. Maybe that's because I'm better at it, or because it was just had a sort of grandiose view in my head about it. But you know, it's one of those things. But I've got to a boring exposition bit now, so it's like I'll do it later. But yes, I've started a new audiobook. Would you care to guess what it would be?
I just want to very quickly mention a fun fact. When you fight named anime characters. There's a few of them. They have like little voiceover clips which you won't hear, but they say "my turn." But yeah, is it 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
It's not.
Right, because I'm actually gonna. I stopped reading that to read my Titanic book, The Ship of
Mm.
Dreams by Gareth Russell. So I'm gonna listen to that as an audiobook. So I thought, what a coincidence would it be if you were doing it too? War of the Worlds.
No. It's something that has actually been mentioned tonight already. Sort of.
The Disaster Artist? I don't know.
The main character has been mentioned, as has one of the villains.
Oh, is it Sherlock Holmes?
It is the Sherlock Holmes collection, as voiced by Stephen Fry.
Hmm.
So I am just. I've only got one chapter left in A Study in Scarlet.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really like Stephen Fry. Go on.
And then the next one will be The Sign of Four, so on and so forth until I get to the end of them. It's like 80 hours of listening, so
Are they good?
they'll tell me some. Well, I mean, they're all right.
Hmm.
They're a bit dated, but then they will be, won't they? Because of how on the stories.
Holmes, Watson ejaculated.
Yes, they did ejaculate
There's
a
an
few
awful lot.
times.
Yeah, there's an awful
But
lot of ejaculations in those.
it's important to note that it is written from a perspective of John Watson. So it would be Sherlock, I ejaculated. Rather than.
Not Sherlock, I ejaculated.
Yeah.
Sherlock, I ejaculated.
Good Lord, I ejaculated.
Good Lord, I ejaculated.
It's. Yeah, no, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, that just reminds you of the bit in Alan Partridge Nomad where he goes on a weird tangent about Watson and Holmes' sex life and how his mother never let him read the books because she was convinced there was some sort of obvious sadomasochism happening, and that Mrs. Hudson had to know because she kind of not heard the sound of Sherlock Holmes's lifeless, passed out, unconscious body hitting the floor for the umpteenth time as Watson took his beating just a little too far, you know.
I don't bloody know. But no, the first a study in Scarlet. Obviously, we both watched Sherlock, didn't we?
Yeah.
Early Sherlock, at least. They did a study in Pink, didn't they? With and it was the taxi driver. I think.
Yeah, it was.
In that one.
Yeah.
Well, the original story, A Study in Scarlet, is very similar in that it is a taxi driver that has done the kill.
That's very shitty of you, Taya. If you have that kind of time to play a children's card game with me, why don't you save the world? Well, fuck you too. Sorry, go on.
But the premise is that it's a revenge thing after some Mormons killed a guy's would-be wife.
Have you just spoiled that?
What, this story from like over 100 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. But who gives a fuck if we're well past spoilers.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll have to get around to reading those one of these days. I'll probably
Like,
do it when I'm retired.
If people haven't read it yet, then they get all the spoilers they deserve.
Yeah.
It's like, I haven't seen Endgame yet, the Marvel movie, but I'm expecting spoilers from it pretty much anytime it comes up because it's been that fucking long now.
The game ends.
It doesn't end.
People say
The
that
opposite.
spoilers can actually help your enjoyment of a thing. I think it's good to, if you know what happens, it's really like a second viewing, I guess. You appreciate the story a bit more rather than trying to figure out where it's going.
I think it depends on the thing.
Yeah.
If it's a story that benefits, be shocked by what happens, then no. But if it's a story where it's already difficult to follow and you need to be able to follow it to understand it, then you need to spend less time speculating, more time taking it in, right?
Well, if the twist is pivotal and you've seen it the first time, you can spend the second time looking back at all the really good seeding and foreshadowing they did.
Assuming there is any.
Well, yeah, one of my favourite episodes of Inside Number 9 is called The Bill. The gist is, and I'm going to spoil it, it's three friends and a guy who's a businessman from London who's gone up north, and they met at like a badminton game, I think. And they're out for dinner, and they've had their dinner, and the bill comes, and there's an argument over who has to pay it. And it gets out of hand, and they spend all this time arguing, and they decide to settle it with a game of fish finger fillet, 5-finger fillet. You know, the thing where you take the knife and you poke it in between the spaces.
5-finger fillet.
Yeah.
Or 5-finger fillet.
Yeah. And it gets out. There's a tussle, and it gets out of hand, and the waitress ends up accidentally getting her throat slit. And suddenly it's like, oh my god, what do we do? What do we do? And one of the guys is hinted to have spent time in prison. Says, look, I've made a call. I know a guy. He will clean up all of this, but we need to pay him like 20k. And then they start. Oh well, I never actually touched the knife, so I don't see why I should pay. And you know, there's a bit of an argument. And then the rich guy from London's like, all right, fuck it, I will pay. I've got the money. It's in my wardrobe. I'll get my not babysitter. What do you call them?
Au pair.
European au pair. Yeah, I'll get my au pair to bring it down. And he's on the phone to her, and he accidentally stands on the waitress's hand, and she goes, ow. And it turns out that this whole thing has been a con, and it's been set up to get this guy to part with his money. And you watch it back, and you realise, oh, they set up the argument about the bill so that he is primed when they start arguing about it again to go, oh, not again, and you know, step in, and this time they let him pay. There's all sorts of little looks, because at one point one of them mentions one of the other person's partner's names, and the guy who's later revealed to be the leader goes, that's not right, and it gets very serious. The two look a little uncomfortable with it. You know, so that would be an example of something that benefits. I love that. Yeah, I love that episode. I've rewatched it constantly. So yeah. That's all I have to say on the matter.
I think it does. It is a subjective thing. Is you want the whether you want the spoilers or not, and yeah, it's subjective.
So, are you liking Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah, so far I've already heard some of them. I'd already. No, I've definitely heard Hand of the Baskervilles.
Well, don't spoil them for me anymore, please. I appreciate you don't really. You know, I'm making an official request, if that's all right.
Okay, fair enough.
Because
again, that Toby bloke who does, it was Alonso. He turns up at one.
But he's in the actual episode of Sherlock, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. That's why I mentioned him. There's so many different similarities, differences between the actual stuff and like the entire
How is
plot
this
of the
bitch still beating me?
Like the solution and the plot and all that kind of from the actual story by Arthur Conan Doyle and the TV version were so different that like watching one only gives you a very basic, very very basic understanding of the plot. It doesn't actually help you solve it.
No, I mean there's no chemical test facility in there. Bitch. No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's fine. I've got this. Ah, that was fucking close, wasn't it? It is very satisfying being able to do this. You know, as a kid, you struggle so fucking hard against these people. Because the game would just hate your fucking guts.
Well, it's not meant to like you, is it?
Well, it's meant to... I don't mind a bit of challenge, but sometimes it's too much, and I think this was done out of malice. Hey, look at that. Fancy. Yeah, you lost.
I'll teach him.
Get the fuck out of here. I'll teach you to dream, little girl.
God, what a bitch.
Do you know who Roger Corman is?
Is he the famous movie guy?
He was the famous B-movie director.
Yeah, he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, he did the original Little Shop of Horrors with Jack Nicholson.
Back in the day.
Yeah, He died. He's in his 90s. He was, yeah, I liked him well enough. But he was also involved in the Phil Spector trial. Well, he wasn't. He directed the victim in that. Anywho, oh, I'm gonna duel the goon. Yeah. Other celebrity news. Your favourite is in the news.
My favourite.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi.
Ah, yes, he got punched, didn't he?
Somebody assaulted him for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, there'll be a reason. It's just that we haven't worked it out yet.
It was New York. Why not? Was the reason.
New York. Hey, I'm walking here.
Yes.
Well, I mean, just in that awful thing, and he was in a bad mood.
Yeah,
So rather than do anything practical, he decided to punch someone who helped out.
yeah, or he just recognised a famous person and thought, I want to punch that famous person I know. This is for anonymously helping out as a first responder after 9/11, you monster.
He's not a good-looking guy either, is he? You know, classically speaking.
So what?
No, I was just...
You're no prize, Jesus.
No, I never said I was, though.
No.
But I would say a part of Buscemi's... Part of his draw is that he hasn't got the
Classical
expected
Hollywood.
look,
Good
right?
looks, I guess. Yeah, I see your point. Mm.
He still says my favourite line in the entire Spy Kids.
Well, that's everybody's favourite line in Spy Kids, isn't it?
It's the best fucking line in the Spy
Maybe
Kids.
God stays in heaven because he too fears what he has created, or something along those lines.
Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck? That is a line. It's far too kids film.
Yeah. Right.
Which reminds me, as part of their very regular, almost daily interactions now, my son and his mother are reading some books together digitally.
That's nice.
And they've started The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe,
Yeah.
which I explained to him was the second in what I believe are 7 books.
What's the first one? Do you know?
The Magician's Nephew.
The Magician's Nephew. Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't realise that was a second.
Yeah.
Started on the second one.
Prince Caspian, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I don't know whether that's just a film or book.
No, I think that's 2 different. You got The Last Battle. I mean, there's at least 1 or 2 more.
I have a feeling. I don't know for sure because I've never read them, but I have a feeling a book ends by like, what's the eldest girl's name? Karen. Susan. I think it like it's like, I don't know whether it punishes her or whether it's like really judgy that she grows up and she becomes interested in boys and she starts wearing makeup. And
yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm not sure which one it is, but she's basically uninvited from Narnia ever again because she grows up, she matures. Because
filthy whore.
But yeah, no, that happens. They will be reading Holes as well.
Oh, lovely.
Remember much about Holes?
Yes, I remember the film. It had Sigourney Weaver and Angelina Jolie's dad in it, and
John Voight.
Yes, and somebody else.
Shia LaBeouf.
What does this do? Yeah.
Yes, he'll be reading that with her as well, but she specifically wants to read that with him because it might be a bit heavy.
All right. Yeah, probably.
I was like, well, when you finish reading it, maybe we'll watch a film.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But we'll see.
Yeah, okay, gone. Right. Let's customize this a little bit more. I really should dump a lot more than that, shouldn't I? Bye. You're in. Congratulations.
You made the cut.
So did you. And you.
That's fine, I don't want to be on the guest list.
And you. And you. And that will... maybe I can do one more. This is my deck, okay.
Oh, I'm a bit warm.
got the heating on a bit so I can make sure some clothes are dry for tomorrow. Cause I've got to wash any of his school clothes this week. So I was like, oh shit, I need to do that tonight and get his trousers dry.
Is that what you were doing in between videos?
Nope. What I was doing in between videos was uploading something to a Google Drive. My customer claims that they can't access the thing that I put on the Google Drive, even though they can access the other 16 things on the fucking Google Drive. This is the person who started month still hasn't paid me.
Now, you may notice there's a world map. We're going to go globe-trotting soon enough.
Why are we in Japan?
Because we live in Japan.
That makes sense.
Yes, we are.
That looks an awful lot like the train station in Pokemon Shield. Or was it Sword?
Maybe.
I think it was Sword that I played.
So, it's a tag duel here, which means you have to pick a partner. It doesn't make any difference at all, so it's because it's basically just a single player thing. This is entirely pointless. They do not help.
But because there's 3 of you, what does a third one do?
Sit and watch.
Who's their partner?
They don't do a fucking thing. There is no point in the choice. I don't know why. I guess it's just a weird little extra thing you get to interact with. Fuck you with the characters a bit more.
I don't know. I would say way of dragging it out a little bit.
Yeah, this game is sorry, it is longer than the second one. So it might take a little bit of time to get through it. Oh, see, he had a trap that destroyed my monster. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? Isn't it annoying?
Yeah, I suppose it probably is a bit annoying.
It's annoying, yeah. So why is your partner spending more time with your son now? Your former partner?
I don't know.
Well, I'm officially out of topics.
I've only got 1 left. Well, 2, but I can't really be asked with 1.
Go on, give us the one you can't be asked with.
Well, I was going to mention that Eurovision happened.
We did.
No, but we didn't, did we? We talked about it as an upcoming thing.
Oh yeah, we talked about it while we were uploading the Doctor Who ones.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because it was on, wasn't it, at that point? And I won a little bit of money on it. Not as much as I was hoping, but
I still you didn't win your 140 or whatever.
118. No, it was I had misinterpreted the rules of it. Well, actually, it wasn't overly clear, to be fair. But no, I got some money. So yeah, I got more than I put in. So.
Well, that's something, isn't it?
That's what matters, yeah. So, but yeah, obviously, I've already forgot a new one.
Switzerland,
that's it.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Nemo, wasn't it? They finally found them.
Captain Nemo. Hieronymus Nemo. Whatever his name is.
And Israel came 5th. We came 18th, which was better than I expected. But we're the only country that didn't get any points in the public vote.
Well, Israel were complaining that all the hate they got.
I mean, I heard a lot of people. Well, I heard that there were people involved in Eurovision who were complaining about Israel violating some of their rights. So, you know. Seems like this year's was a bit of a shambles, to be quite honest with you. But
well,
it was always going to be.
Oh no, a villain!
You can tell he's a bad guy because he didn't do the Jordan. He's got that weak nose.
Yeah. Well, oh god, a fucking nerd.
A nerd with a stutter, ever worse kind.
Even in the land of card games, this guy's a nerd.
And the other topic, apparently they are going to approve cashless slot machines.
Oh fuck, that's really bad.
Not contactless, unless you have something like Apple Pay, where you can still verify the payment, right? because you obviously Apple Pay, you still need to scan your face, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Or put a password in. So but no, they are going to do cashless apparently. So you can use your card to do it, but not credit cards.
Yeah.
Only debit cards, which seems responsible. More responsible than just letting you use a credit card, contactless payments, and all that shit. So no, I'm not a slot machine guy. I get confused by the machines, to be quite honest with you.
I gambling holds no appeal for me really. I like your
I
spunk.
like it every now and again.
You see what he said? He said he liked our spunk.
I did indeed see that, yes. We're very spunky, it seems. Well, you are. I'm not.
You're
He
just
ejaculated.
watching me spunk.
Ben, spunk! I ejaculated.
Yes. Well, ejaculations aside, yeah, that's all I have to say on the matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind a bit of gambling, but it's very much I do it. I do it because I want to, not because I feel. That makes sense.
I do the penny pushers. That's as far as I go. But that's so little money that one, it doesn't make a difference to me, and two, it doesn't make a difference to anybody else. And if I was seriously rich and I was putting down like 20 grand on a hand of cards, a game of cards, that could change somebody's life. I don't think I could.
Yeah.
I think I'd feel a bit sick doing that. I think it would be a bit crass.
No, of course. I see. The trouble is, most betting is sports stuff, and I don't. There's only really one sport.
Yeah, it's the driving one, isn't it?
And trouble is, you could make a reasonable amount of money, just accepting that realistically Max is going to end up winning most races, but you can guarantee you'd end up losing out overall because of the times when he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like if I was to put a fiver on him winning the race this weekend, the one that's coming up, for me and you, not for everyone else, I'd probably only get like £2 extra out of it. Whereas, which is fine because that's like £2, right? In fact, I will look it up now. I will look up what I would get out, so we can talk actual numbers instead of random estimates. Formula One to win outright. If I put a fiver on Max Verstappen to win a race, I will get £6.11 back.
Huh. That's not really worth it, is it?
It's really not worth it. But then if I were to take that £6.11 next time, when it's probably the same odds, I'd end up with £7.46. And that's the kind of thing that you would probably end up having to do take what you have won and compound bet on it.
Or put everything you have on it. Can you do that?
And then you can guarantee that's the time that you... Because I had this exact same conversation with 2 weeks. Like I could probably put my money on it winning, put a load of money on him winning, but you can guarantee that the day I do it, it'll be the day he didn't, and then he didn't win the race. Like he didn't win that next race, as if to highlight that.
That's why it's a gamble, isn't it?
Oh, exactly.
See, I wouldn't gamble on sport because I have no interest in it, but I might gamble on television events. They did that. They famously they had. It's very crowded. A whole 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Yeah.
7 if you count you 3.
Yeah. Who shot 8 if you count the guard? Who shot JR? For example, that was bet on extensively.
Fuck it up! That got mentioned at work today as well.
I hope to make a video on it sooner or later.
Bad status.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, like I say, because I only really follow one sport. Like to why I'm betting the way I'm betting, but for returns just aren't worth it for the bets that I would have the faith in betting on. So I put the odd one every now and again for, but I don't always expect it to actually. I
Yeah.
very rarely expect it to be the case.
Yeah.
Like the last race, I did bet 1, 2, 3, like the top 3 positions.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get it because of the surprise win.
Mm.
So, but it's fine because it was only a fight. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is to someone, but
Well, I don't think I don't think it's good to make gambling easier. You know.
no, that's understandable.
How long have we been going? Probably not that long.
Or maybe an hour.
An hour and 1 minute. So we'll go.
Oh, I'm good, ain't I?
Can I come in, please? Thank you. All right, come on.
What, we're going to Egypt?
No, so this tournament, it's like 5 people on a train.
Mm.
Okay. All right, can I go now? Yeah, it's 5 people on a train and a bunch of them. Well, I have boarded now. Thank you. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's really shit.
Oh, okay.
This is. I don't know why we're even interested in it.
Are you all strangers apart from you and your posse?
Yeah. Yeah. And we're clearly going to win because we won the last one, canonically. Not that it's ever mentioned, but we did win.
What, the last train?
No, the Duelist or the Battle City tournament, the one that was featured in the last game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we won that. We are canonically the best duelist around, even though our deck is now shit for some reason. I don't know whether
Oh,
they're
yes,
implying
yeah.
that we won that tournament with the deck we started this game with. I don't know. Maybe we gave up or sold our cards. The fame went to our head and we fell into a cycle of drug addiction and gambling and had to sell our prized, presumably quite valuable cards since they were used in like the winning deck for this major tournament, and now we're starting again with cheats.
It's all about
Fuck
the
you,
money.
Lisa.
Follow the money. If you're ever
Yeah.
not sure about the facts of the matter, follow the money.
That is the trick. Right, you next.
Murdered it.
We'll wrap up on the train, and then we'll call it quits.
Okay.
There's not too much. There's a couple more carriages and a boss fight, and then that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no. Fuck it. You did it. Laboon. Oh, okay. I thought that was 4-star. I need to sacrifice. I ain't using it. Right, get the fuck out of my way, Jobsworth. Yes, of course I can. My duelist level is 999. I can beat whoever I fucking well want.
We're still looking for draw aspect.
I mean, yeah, but at a certain point, the odds are stacked so much in your favour that the luck the opponent needs is sort of astronomical.
Still a factor.
Very mildly, though. And it is going to get harder. Like, as I say, once I get towards the end, I don't even think these sheets are going to help all that much.
Well, we'll see.
We will indeed. My evil zebra is helping me. Along with my wow warrior.
I read it as WoW Wario.
It could be well Wario. That for some reason is a lizard. Oh, this is the boss fight.
The guy with the nose.
Yeah, it turns out it was 2 guys on a train this tournament. It's never mentioned again. I guess we won. Maybe there's a trophy. I don't know.
No.
Oh no. Yeah, it's got this. Oh shit, this could be bad. It's got this field thing, so. Oh, maybe not. So he gets a boost. That's why I think it's good to buy field cards so you can get rid of this auto thing that the opponent sometimes get.
Anything to stack the odds in your favour, right?
I remember fighting this guy when I was a kid. This was a fucking nightmare. I honestly have no idea how I got as far as I did, because I was not good at it. I think it was just... I think I did buy a few more powerful cards, but for the most part it was just luck of the draw. Like, I just kept throwing myself at them until I won.
War of attrition.
Yeah. I think I enjoyed just pushing the buttons. So I played a lot against the really weak. Like, look at this. I'm breezing through this guy. This took fucking hours when I was a kid. It could take hours now if I wasn't, you know, cheating. You should be glad I am, because otherwise this would be like a 40-part thing.
Suffice it to say, I am pleased that you are, but it could still be just that little bit short.
Oh, look, we're in the fancy people carriage. Fine. Right. Let's beat the rich.
No, eat the rich.
We'll do that after.
Pervert.
Oh, no. Fuck you. Was I saying something before?
No.
Oh yeah, this tournament was never mentioned again. It was just those 2 guys. I guess we won. I guess. I don't fucking know.
Those 2 guys in that carriage.
Yeah.
So
That was-
all of these people in a fancy carriage. Then.
These are just tourists. These are just rich people going somewhere.
But
Don't know where.
This person at least seems slightly more difficult than the other 2 were.
Yeah, I mean she had the hourglass of life, didn't she? She boosted her attack. Not that it matters. Because I'm cheating. Tee hee. You don't have many rare cards, right? Alright, come on, let's fight this rich
So she's
guy.
prepared for her husband to fight you, but she's not happy to do it herself.
Well, yeah,
That's a
maybe,
step back for feminism, isn't it?
maybe it's a fetish thing. I don't mean to make everything a fetish thing. It's probably not a fetish thing, but
Pervert.
like it would be like, oh, I'm not gonna punch you. That's so uncouth and unladylike. But if my husband does it, that's rather thrilling, you know.
I suppose. It's always a sex thing, isn't it?
I'm sort of suggesting she's getting off on the fact her husband is playing a card game with a child.
What is it? Everything's about sex apart from sex, which is about.
No, yes, but what is it about? Can you finish the quote? I can.
No.
Everything in the world is about sex, apart from sex, which is about power.
That's what I said. I said it was about power.
Did you? You must have cut out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I said everything is about sex apart from sex, which is about power. That's literally what I said.
All right? Sorry, you do cut out from time to time on my end. Sorry. Do you know who said it?
No, I ain't got a clue who said it.
Oscar Wilde.
No, well, what does he know? What did he know?
And he's given us the horn. Thank you, sir. Right, your turn, bitch. Oh, you seem pretty enthusiastic. What do you have to say on the matter? Alright, spoil a bitch. I think if we... Okay. Well. Okay. We go back in? We don't go back in. Well, let's polish off... Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's it. I did say we'd stop here, didn't I? I
You
did
did.
say that. I did say I would.
You
Unfortunately,
don't want to, do
we
you?
can't because I need to go back
Oh,
and save, and I actually can't go back and save until. Hang on, I think we might be able to. Ah, he assaulted a minimum wage worker. Okay, well, there we can do it. Right, let's leave that and nip back home and save the game. So yes, how are you enjoying this game thus far? I'm not. Is his answer.
eh.
Well,
Look, it's not for me, is it?
no, it's not. But it's a better story. So for the first one. So yes, I'm looking forward to continuing this and once again beating the shit out of fictional characters who pissed me off so much as a kid because they were so hard to get past because the deck is shit. Thank God for
You are,
cheats.
you are so petty.
I am. Good night.
No.